Magandang araw sa lahat ng mga Pilipino sa mang sulok ng mundo, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Ito ang Kabirada Lance Channel at ako si Lance. Para sa hindi pa nakapag-subscribe, paki-subscribe naman at paki-like and share. At kung meron kayong masasabi sa video ito, paki-comment at pag-usapan natin sa comment section para naman tayo magsama-sama panghabang buhay. Paki-hit ng notification bell at tayo'y magsama-sama forever. Okay, nandito na ang balita.
Please review your basic budgeting knowledge because never ka makakita ng ngayon lang ito nangyari na mayroong bicameral conference committee report na blanco because pipirmahan yan ng members. Second, it will be ratified by the plenary ng both houses. So you cannot present a blank bicameral conference committee report. So please do not belittle the bicameral conference committee report because that is the reconciled agreement, that is the reconciled figures of what the two houses has conferred with. At saka pinirmahan yan, inaprubahan yan ng BICAM nominated by the plenary. At the same time, i-ratify yan. So, you never can belittle the bicameral conference committee report. Ang nangyari ngayon, questionable, highly questionable kung bakit may blanco nga yung BICAM report. After the long discussions, at wala na tayong magawa kasi aprobado na yung budget saka pirmado na nung presidente. So, the next step, and that's the only step we can go to the Supreme Court. Go to the Supreme Court and challenge the validity and the constitutionality of the budget. And perhaps high time for us to kaya nga i-present natin ito sa taong bayan for them to discuss also because it's our taxpayers' money. Every day, nagbabayad na ng VAT. Bawat kilos natin, pagsakay natin ng sasakyan, pagbuhos ng gasolina, pagbili ng asukal, punta ka sa grocery, punta ka sa restaurant, kada kilos mo, magbabayad ka ng VAT. So, it behooves upon us to know. It is our right to know kung ano ba talaga nangyari. You know, since time immemorial, the truth will out as it always will. Lalabas talaga. Lalabas ang katotohanan. Kita naman sa bicameral conference committee report na blanco. So maybe one next move is to go to the Supreme Court and really file the necessary petition to request the court to declare the GAA because we will present of course the facts na unang-una, balikan natin yung first na issue na lumabas, yung constitutionality ng buong budget because the Constitution is very clear. Alam na alam ni Sec Wendell ito na dapat the highest budget is the education sector. Doon ka mag-allocate ng highest budget. Now, babalikan natin yung budget when presented last July 29 to the House of Representatives. Meron tayong BESF, merong isang page doon na nakasulat kung ano ang education sector. Ang total, 799 million pesos is the biggest allocation. Sinabi rin during the kung babasahin mo yung President's message, nakasulat din, then number one expenditure in terms of appropriation, the highest will go to the education sector, 799 billion. So, nag-match, no? Nagtali. Number 2 is the DPWH, 700 billion. So, nakasulat din sa President message. At sa BASF, yung number 2 yung DPWH na budget. Okay, sa sinabi ko na kanina, yung proseso, first reading, second reading, sa lower house, first reading, second reading sa upper house. Yung resulta ng dalawa, i-reconcile mo through bicameral conference committee. Yung output ng bicameral conference committee is clear na binawasan nila ng 31 billion yung 799 billion ng education sector. At dinagdagan ng 288 billion yung DPWH. So 1.1 trillion ng DPWH, overtaken talaga. Kahit idagdag mo pa yung mga dinagdag nila, which I think nag-imbento na yun. Kasi nandoon sa BASF at saka nandoon sa President's message yung yung pag-submit, sinabi na doon na yung totals na doon na. So, dapat yung plus minus mo doon na sa BICAM. At saka yung dinagdag nila na convergence projects, DPWH talaga yan. Alam ni Wendell yan. Yung hindi lang convergence projects, yung dinagdag nila yung salary differential. Siyempre, mas malaki yung salary differential for the teachers kasi malaki yung teaching force compared to the DPWH employees. However, since time immemorial, pagpasok ko pa sa Kongreso, nandyan yan sa MPBF. MPBF talaga yan. Paano mo ipasok sa education sector, idagdag yan. So, kahit anong engineering pa or re-engineering yung gagawin mo, mataas na talaga itong 2025. Mas mataas ang public works budget, which makes it unconstitutional. So, that will be raised also. And may laking question, bakit binawasan yung or tinanggal yung budget ng PhilHealth. The health advocates, health sector, maraming doctors are questioning bakit tinanggal yung 74 billion doon. The 74 billion there is intended for the indirect beneficiaries of the PhilHealth. Kasi yung iba naman, yung direct, ay meron naman silang, nagbabayad sila ng premium, deduction yun sa salaries. Yung indirect beneficiaries, binabayaran natin yun, galing yan sa syntax law. Yung sinasabi ni Sec Wendell na may mga automatic appropriations, meron tayong tinatawag na earmark funds. Because the syntax law says the increment of 103, Republic Act 10351, yung 80% yan will go to universal healthcare. So universal healthcare, that will be the insurance coverage of the indirect beneficiaries. More or less, ang figures na kita ko that time was, there were 25 million indirect beneficiaries. Yun yung mga senior citizens, mga 4-piece beneficiaries, yung mga PWDs. So, saan ngayon kukuha ng pambayad ng premium nila for PhilHealth? Saka, when you talk of economic development, isama mo talaga yung health sector. Kasi kailangan mo ng mga malulusog na Pilipino for us to develop. Second question, actually binawasan yung budget ng 4-piece. Binawasan nila ng 50 billion. Hindi mo ba alam hindi nyo ba alam na yung 4-piece is a poverty reduction program of the government? May target tayo niyan na kung pwede, pagdating ng 2028, single digit na lang yung ating poverty rate.
So yun mga kababayan, no, napanood po natin yung respack ni